Just gonna make a quick guide and thoughts on the new elusive realm. We have some new buffs in here. One of the big ones is this one that makes all resonators level 80, which means that you can play whoever you want to play. You do not need to have characters leveled up. This is a really nice one. I do think it maybe should have been 90 and not 80, but besides that, it's really good. We do have another one down here, which is 20% crit rate. That's fine, but the big thing here is that access crit rate is turned into crit damage at a 1-to-1 ratio. This is insanely big. It means you can just stack as much crit as you want, and no matter how much crit you have, it will turn into crit damage. You do not need to worry about hitting 100% or hitting above 100%. This is really nice. And otherwise, we just have these are all normal stuff. This is just crit rate whenever you are A rank or higher. We have the reroll again. We have upon taking fatal damage, you don't get knocked out. The arena passive, we do have a new one that you can reset the items Ebony Gatekeep but offers. This is the store where you use your dream fragments usually. I haven't used this yet, the store reset. I don't think it's a big deal. This is that you can refresh twice. I still don't think it's worth a lot of the time, because spending dream fragments a lot of the time to refresh isn't worth it. It's very rare it's worth it. This one is pretty good, gaining shield equal to max HP for a successful dodge that lasts 3 seconds. This is actually really helpful, because it works with the Bellborn buffs. So all the glacial buffs that gives you damage when you have a shield works for this one, which makes this one really good. So it means that you don't have to have the Bellborn turtle for the glacial buffs to work. And there's also a lot of glacial buffs that will give you a shield on their own. You do not need the Bellborn turtle for it. So this one is really nice. Otherwise, the rest of them doesn't really matter too much. Obviously we have all the challenges just clear with each character once, basically. Obviously Shang Li Yao is not coming out until the 9th of the next month, I believe it is. I will double check that date in a second. Obviously this is just the concerto. You need to have each character on your team once and use their concerto buff, the swap whenever they're full. Obviously we have the Dreamless. We'll go into what she does in a bit. And this is just clear X stages. Obviously these two cannot be cleared yet. And we do have the shop in here. We have a decent amount of asteroid. It's 400 war asteroid without the challenges. We have the new Dreamless shiny. Not a fan, just because I don't like how the shiny system is. These we can't get yet. We're gonna have to wait to the 9th. I believe it is the 9th. Overall, the rewards are fine. It's pretty standard. Get some XP, some tuners, some echoes here. It's only one, so it's not a lot. It's only one we get here. You can choose, obviously, you can choose which one you get. They do have their specific. So if you take a Havoc Dreadmane, it seems like it has Havoc damage bonus as its main stat always, and the same for the other ones, so that is nice. Unfortunately, we only get one. I feel like they should be cheaper and give more than one. Here we have another one. It's gonna be the same thing, but this is a trombonist. It's still Havoc damage, Spectro, so they're gonna be pretty good. And then obviously we have a lot of shell credit, which is nice for all the people who are poor. And as you can see here, oh, it's the 7th, not the 9th. It's the 7th of September. I was 2 days off. My memory isn't that good, I guess. Yeah, so on the 7th, we're gonna unlock this last mode. We're gonna hopefully get Xiang Li Yao as a trial character for this mode. I'll assume so since it unlocks. Currently, this one is the hardest one. As you can see here, monsters are gonna get increasing attack. This is gonna be very hard on the bosses, because the bosses are obviously gonna have a big attack increase. It's gonna be like 200, so they're gonna be one-shotting you. So yeah, that is gonna be a pretty hard stage. The rewards are the same, 420 and 126, 420 and 126, so if you want to grind the shop now, you can. I'm waiting. Otherwise, if we go in here, you can see everything is pretty much normal. You will notice we do not have the buffs from the last one in these early stages. And as you can see, the passive that makes them all level 80 is here, which is nice. We do have a Jeji for some of the floors, not all of them. I believe she's on 60, 70, 80, and 85. She's on all of these ones. It's gonna be the 3 same trial characters. The 91 is the only one that has different trial characters, and you will see when we go to the 91 as well, we will have the buffs back. Obviously, Jeji is not here, and we do have a Baishi and Sanhua. And then we have these buffs there back, but it's only for the level 91. I'm not sure why it's only for the level 91, but yeah. I will say, Dreamless is super hard. With all of these buff checks, she's super hard to kill. I'm not sure how hard she is without them, because I've only played on 270%. I assume she isn't too bad otherwise, but on 270% she is pretty hard. The biggest issue is obviously visual clarity. And with that note, I do want to say that in terms of character strength, I think Dan Jin is super strong, but she's really hard to play. So if you're not good at Dan Jin or the game itself, I wouldn't recommend playing her. I didn't play her that much because I'm bad. Oh no, I just don't like playing her. But yeah, she is super strong if you know how to play her. Yuan Wu seemed really strong as well. He has a really good damage, and I'm kind of a fan of him in Illusive Realm. He is not the strongest, but he does scale pretty good. He is a little bit weak early on, but once you get a lot of resonance damage, he's good. You want a lot of resonance libration damage, and you want energy regen, and he pops off very much. Baishi is Baishi. I mean, she's really rough early on. She scales okay, but she kind of needs Spellborn, but not really. She isn't that strong. I think she's weaker in this Illusive Realm than she was in the past Illusive Realm, so you can play her, but I wouldn't recommend playing her. The same with Sanhua, I wouldn't recommend playing her. Yang Yang, I would not recommend playing either. Chisha, I would actually recommend playing. I think she's the strongest 4-star right now. Not only does she have very good visual clarity, making it a lot easier to see what Dreamless is doing, her damage is very good. She is a little bit awkward to play, but it's not too bad once you learn it. You can't stay in her resonance skill for too long. You kind of have to cancel it by dodging and stuff. It's very easy to get locked into just staying in a resonance skill, but you shouldn't do that. You should cancel it with dodging instead of getting hit, obviously. But she's very easy to play. She does a ton of damage. She has very good visual clarity. You can actually see what the mobs are doing. Whereas for Baishi, you can't see a thing happening on the screen at all. I will play some gameplay footage in the background. Obviously, Shang Li is not out yet. He's gonna be out on the 7th for Illusive Realm. I do not have Jeji, but from the earlier flaws, she does seem pretty good. Obviously, she does suffer from visual clarity as well. I think she is probably the second strongest trial character right now. I think Trixie is actually stronger than Jeji, but she is pretty good. She's not awful. She is decent. Jianxi, I haven't tried. I imagine Jian is fine. I mean, Jian is Jian, right? Just get the wheelchair out, you should be fine. Same with Jinxi, just get the wheelchair out, you should be fine. She's very strong. Obviously, Jian and Jinxi is gonna be a lot better than Chixi, I think. Yenlin, she was the best one, the best character in the previous Illusive Realms. I don't know if she still is. It really depends if they've changed the buffs or not, and how awkward she is to playing versus Dreamless. So I can't tell you how good she is right now. She's probably A tier, but since I haven't played her, I won't place her anywhere else. Changli, she's pretty good. I think Changli is really strong as well. She can like be in perma animation basically, so you're almost never gonna take damage. Tao Chi is kinda meh. After all these new characters have come out, I don't think she is as strong as she was. Obviously, we have unavailable resonators here. Havoc Rover is supposed to be here, but she isn't. I think you can play Spectral Rover still. I didn't try Spectral Rover in this Illusive Realm, but I'm pretty sure Spectral Rover is very strong as well in the current Illusive Realm. Spectral Rover is like pretty solid. It's what I usually clear Illusive Realm with every time. I opted to not clear it with Spectral Rover this time, but I think Spectral Rover is a solid pick if you don't want to play Chixia or you don't have any of the limited characters. I would recommend either Chixia or Spectral Rover. And if you do have the limited characters, obviously Jinxi and Jiyan is really good, but you can play whatever you like the most at that point. I can go in here and I can see if I can get Dreamless. And we can go over what Dreamless actually does. So, okay, we have Dreamless here. Automatically summons a Concerto champion when Concerto energy is full. And it deals that. Obviously, make sure you check this outline up here. Every time you relock, you have to recheck this, which is kind of annoying. So the companion deals 1000% increased damage with the intro skill, and it auto uses it whenever you have 100% Concerto. Restore 100% Concerto and enter Distortion for 10 seconds. So this is the second part. Whenever you use Dreamless, you will enter Distortion. You press Dreamless, it will use every character's Concerto. So if you have two characters, if you have Verena and Sanhua, it will use Verena and Sanhua when you press it. You will enter Distortion, and after a certain amount of time, a Dreamless will light up again. It will light like purple-ish color, and you can press it, and it will do the normal Dreamless animation, and it will do damage based on how much Concerto energy you have consumed during the effect. It lasts for like 10 seconds, but the second time you use this, you can take damage, and it is a pretty long animation, the normal Dreamless. You can't really swap cancel it, unfortunately. And if you do take damage doing it, you might die. So yeah, that is the issue that I'm having with her. The last two ones is basically just buffs. When Distortion Volley deals 200% X damage each time is triggered, and Distortion and damage multiplier of coil is increased. So these two are just damage increases to Dreamless itself, they don't really matter. The play, I think you do want the second unlock, but you can also just stay with the first unlock if you want. If you stay with the first unlock, you don't have to play around the clunkiness of the second unlock, but you obviously won't get the distortion. I think getting the second unlock is always the best option, because it makes the first Dreamless have no animation. If you get the first unlock, you'll never press Dreamless. You'll just get it for the Concerto, which is... it's kind of meh. Obviously, this one is pretty good. It gives you the distortion buff. It makes the first press of Dreamless instant, but the second one is still long. I still think Bellborn is the best echo in the game. I don't know why they haven't rebalanced this one. It's broken, so if you want an easier time, just play Bellborn. Inferno Rider is still good as well. Inferno Rider is probably better than Dreamless, and then Dreamless is third, and then all the other ones are pretty bad. But that's gonna be everything. There isn't too much in this. There is one thing. You are gonna enter a pool area, and you're gonna have these little floaties that gonna light up, and you can destroy them for dream fragments. It seems cats are a lot less common now. I would maybe get one cat out of every 15 I broke, whereas in the past I would get one cat within every third. So the percentage of times you get a cat is decreased a lot. You can also get like a little side area door, and there is also some hidden mobs that I will show. After you clear the stage, instead of going into a door, you can go behind the door, and you can kill some mobs for an extra cat. I should be showing that on the screen. As well as when you go to the shop, there should be an extra door sometimes. I've only seen this once, so the trigger chance seems pretty low. But you can get an extra door that you can enter, which gives a lot of rewards. I recommend doing that. But yeah, otherwise you get these little floaties that light up, then you can destroy for dream fragments. That's basically everything. Thanks for watching. Sorry for being a long video. See you next time.